Good day, we will be tackling abstraction today. So when we talk about data abstraction, this is actually the process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. So abstraction can be achieved through two ways. We can make use of abstract classes along with abstract methods, or we can use interfaces. Interfaces will also be discussed in this chapter. So interfaces are actually completely abstract class, wherein all methods in an interface are actually abstracted. So when we create abstraction through abstract classes, we have to remember all of these. Abstract keyword is a non-access modifier used for classes and methods in abstraction. Abstract class is a restricted class that can be used to create objects. To access the contents or members of an abstract class, it must be inherited from another class. So take note, you cannot create objects out of abstract classes. For you to access its members and contents, it must be inherited from another class. So abstract method can only be used in an abstract class, and it does not have a body. Take note, when we have an abstract method, it does not have a body. The body is provided by the subclass that inherits from the abstract class. Therefore, the subclass should override the methods of the superclass. An abstract class can have both abstract and regular methods. So that is actually the main difference of your interface from your abstract classes, because abstract classes can have regular methods, wherein in interfaces all of its methods are by default abstract. We will be discussing that later. So an abstract class can have parameterized constructors as well, and the default constructor is always present in an abstract class. So let's try to create a simple abstract class in coding rooms. So here I will be having main.java as my main method. I will be making student.java as my abstract class. So I will be naming this abstract class, and then we have another subclass. Let's put here student, could be high school or elementary, so I'll be putting here high school dot java. So for my student, I will be making this abstract, so abstract class student, simple as that. So you have to remember again that abstract methods does not have body. So if I have a function that displays grade, so let's have here abstract void grade. So it does not have a body, but you can also kind of create other methods. So we can also overload this so that it accepts a int final grade. It accepts a parameter. So we have here int final grade, and then we can have another public abstract character, so that I would be, so this one, since it has a data type here, returns a char value. So I'll be putting here int final grade. So all of these three are actually abstract methods, and take note, it doesn't actually have methods or method bodies. These are just mainly abstract methods. They do not have any body. So I'll be putting here abstract methods, and then inside an abstract class, it can also actually have a regular method inside. So our regular method that has a body can also be coded inside an abstract class, or created inside an abstract class. So I can just make here public void greet. I'll be displaying here maybe just say good good day. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, the student can say good day, ma'am. So that's it for my for my student, the Java. And then for my high school, this one actually extends the abstract class, or it inherits from the abstract class. So this is a subclass that inherits from the abstract class. So to do that, we can just have here class high school extends student. So there. So for you to be able to access or put values of your abstract methods, you have to override these methods in your subclass. So for us to be able to display grade, um, the grade with a parameter and the character, we have to override all of them in your high school, the Java file, or the child class or the subclass. So let's do that. We have here public. It should have the same. I can just copy the whole thing. It should have the same method header. However, we have to remove the abstract keyword, so it should not be abstract on the subclass, and it should actually have a body. So instead of having a semicolon, I will be having a curly brace. Same with this, so remove the semicolon, curly brace, and then semicolon. This becomes a curly brace. So that's actually how easy you can create abstraction in Java. So you can display anything that you want when grade is called or when final grade is called. So let's do something just simple. Let me just copy that so that I don't have to type it again. So we have here grade. Let me just computation. Let me just put maybe just a simple message like this. A computation for is for a high school student, and then for this particular part, I will be displaying final grade. And then for the character, we can just maybe have a simple if condition for the character. Since I don't have to be so particular with that. Let me just hide that part. So we can just have here a simple if condition. So I'll just copy what I already have, since our concept here isn't to really understand if condition, rather to be able to grasp how abstraction works. So I will be copying my previous code for this. Let me just put the proper indentation so that it is readable. So that's too much. Okay, so that's actually. So let me just double check my curly braces before we. So I think this is an access. Okay, so we will be returning character upon calling it. So let's just run everything to make sure there's no error. In coding rooms, I just noticed it doesn't actually give us the actual error, but it gives us like an overview of what the error looks like. So that's still okay. Okay, let's go to the main method. I want to be calling. Now, since we cannot create an object of student, what we have to do is create an object of the subclass. So that is what we need to do for this. So we have here high school. Let's just put HS is equal to new high school So we were able to create a high school student object. Now from there we can access the methods that we have overridden. So these are the methods of that we've overridden from students. So we have character, we have grade with parameter, and grade without parameter. So let's do that. hs.grade is there, and then hs.grade with a parameter. Let's say for instance it's 75. So let's run. Let's see the output. So the computation is for a high school student. Final grade is 75. So it was able to display the data we passed to the method. Now we can put here hs.greet. Okay. So hs.greet isn't overridden as you can see from high school, but it is a regular method existing here, so we should still be able to access hs.greet. So could not find or load main class. Could not find or load. I think that shouldn't be our error. So let me just check what went wrong. This is our main method. Did I remove the curly brace all of a sudden? No. So this should actually work. Which isn't working, so that is weird. So if I remove this part, let's see if it runs. Okay, so that is a weird error. I have tried this in another IDE and it's actually working. So hs.greet is actually this one. So it's public. It doesn't return any value, it just displays this. So it should work. So it should actually display. So I'm not sure if you encountered the same error as mine in coding rooms, but you try another IDE and it should actually work since I tried this before. Now the next thing that I have to do is to display the character. So system.out.print9. Let's just display the character here. hs.character. Let's put the same grade 75, and then let's see the character of the student. So it's actually C. You can annotate this further by including maybe the student's character rating is. So we can just append a thing here. The student's rating is C. So we were able to do abstraction through abstract classes.